everyone. Welcome to the Heart Talk podcast, where we turn hard talks
in the Heart Talks.
I am your host, Tia Daniels, and this is my husband and co-host,
Brandon Daniels.
And we just wanted to say thank you.
Welcome first
to
episode 4.
Welcome. Yes, he's correct.
But also in welcoming you guys to episode 4, we want to thank you
for your support. We've definitely been noticing it and seeing it, and we're just so blessed to just even have your support. So thank you for that. That means that we must be kind of interesting.
A little bit. So that is an awesome thing.
It is. It's very awesome. We also I want to shout out our apparel.
Oh. Hey, Auntie.
Black Panther.
All day. Wakanda forever.
How was your day, babe?
My day was good. What I do today? I just kind of did a lot of, I guess, at-home errands, if that makes sense. I'm starting school in January, so I'm getting that stuff situated. And then, preparing and registering for classes for the new semester.
It's been a while since he's been in school, y'all, so he can have that. Yeah.
So getting that stuff situated, as well as some promos and stuff for us and things like that. So it was a cool day.
Good.
How was your day?
My day.
I don't think we have time to kind of dive into.
We don't have enough time.
Her day, but she realized something today.
I don't like working under people. I don't. I never have. Like, I like working with people, right? But then for me, it's like, I don't like wasting my time. So, I don't know. It's a whole big thing. You know, when you go to work and you ain't got nothing to do, everybody else is like, oh, you getting paid to do nothing. But I'm like, that's not my goal. I actually want to do something to help the time go by. Otherwise, I'm just sitting there for 8-9 hours doing nothing. That's a waste of my time. I could be chilling with my baby, be home with him, cleaning the house. So, anyway, that's been my whole thing. But I am trying to, obviously stop working under somebody. I've had my business now for 2 years now.
Yeah.
We're starting a podcast.
Well, first, being at her business, so tell them what you do in your business.
Oh yeah, so grant writing, cover letters, resumes,
job
marketing.
Readiness.
That's what job readiness.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's the same thing. So, marketing, just anything that you may need, even to help you get your business started. I've done the paperwork also just for mine. So it's like, if you need help, just hit me up.
Yeah. And then also underneath that, if you're thinking about production or wanting to start a show or anything like that, Walking Light Productions is starting as well underneath Avad Consulting.
And Walking Light Productions is also trying to get my husband back on his feet with his voice. I'm going to throw that in there. All right, I'm going to let you go. It's cool.
Our next segment is called Breaking the Ice.
It's your turn, so what's up?
All right, so my breaking the ice for today, being that we are close in approaching the holiday season, and Christmas is upon us, my question is, why do you believe the excitement and nostalgia that we felt, or not nostalgia, or like the feeling that we felt when we were younger around Christmas has changed since we've become adults?
Because we are adults. That's the only answer, because we don't have people doing stuff for us now that we have to do stuff for other people. And I am the baby in my family. Nobody expect nothing from me. But first, and that's good because I'm significantly broke anyway. Like, or look, and I hate the doubles, y'all.
Broke out here in these streets, bro.
But it's hard. But I do like it in the sense of like, this is the first time Brandon will actually be home with us this year.
It is awesome. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna fix myself. Go ahead.
This is the first time Brandon will be home with us this year. So it's just nice to be able to have that family time that I greatly appreciate. He's all about matching onesies and all of that stuff. And I'm like,
I want onesies.
Okay, maybe in 2 years.
No, why you gotta extend it? Why you so mean?
Here
You're
we
like
go.
the Grinch.
Okay.
You're a mean one.
I'm the financial and logical one. My husband is the...
And that's the reason right there. Thank you for saying that. That is the reason why I feel like as adults, we have a little bit more control to create that same feeling. But we are so, like, the Bible talks about, real quickly. The Bible talks about how...
Really quick.
Out of the mouth of babes, you know, and like God really likes the way children think when it comes to him. And that imagination and just, you know, fearless. And then when we become adults, that stuff just goes away. And so that is the reason I believe that the feeling has gone away, because we've gotten away from just the feeling of it, you know, and outside of the, you know, the.
And even that reminded me of Peter Pan, because, you know, when Peter grew up, it's just like the same thing. You don't have that imagination anymore.
So,
that's not that God is imagination, but you know that saying.
So I encourage people to, like, you know, maybe for just for your kids' sake, and just for your.
No, I'm gonna say for your sake.
For your sake as well.
Yeah.
For a few days, just kind of relax. Don't think about the bills. Don't think about, you know, all that stuff. Just have fun with your family and spend time with your family and kind of rebuild that feeling amongst your family. Yeah. So that's why I say onesies and, you know, hot chocolates and stuff like that, because I want to rebuild that for us.
Y'all, and if it wasn't for my friend, I don't even know if he would be here right now. Because when I met him, he was like, nope, I don't want none of that.
But I love the feeling of it though. It's just, I used to hate it because it would just go away. Like, as I got older, it was just like, yo, I remember in Christmas, we couldn't wait. Now it's just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
But I think the focus has been so
but
much
we'll get there, though. I mean, thank God Solomon is very blessed with people in his life that just love him so much. They ask us, what do he want? What do we need? And so he always, he's
going to be good for us.
Yeah.
Especially if he's by himself for a long time.
He's going to be by himself for a minute. Look, we can't, look, that next one, like, sorry.
So, this episode, we're going to be kind of digging into some of the things that me and Tia are currently doing when it comes to our eating habits. Mm-hmm. So, probably for 2 years now? Going on 2 years when I started?
Yeah.
Okay, but we'll go before then.
Because 2018.
So you can start. Yeah. You can start when it comes to how you brought the initial.
Okay, so I actually wasn't really a big meat eater, if you will. Even when I was younger, like, I would eat it, but I was always like side. So I always liked, you know, macaroni, green beans, sweet potatoes. It was like, okay, I could have some chicken or some turkey, but give me them side dishes. Like, that was my whole thing. Mm-hmm. And then when we were still in Cincinnati, we had I think that's when we had watched, like, Fed Up. It's a movie on I think that's on Amazon.
Actually, the first one we watched was the one Super Size Me.
Oh, Super Size. Yeah. Well, but that's okay. I haven't eaten McDonald's, y'all, since 2010, 2011. Like, I have not touched it. And even when he goes to McDonald's, if I see it on our bank account, I'm like, nope.
The only thing I get, though,
no, it don't matter though, cause you eating McDonald's though. Okay, nah, but yeah. So yes, that was Super Size Me. But I think the next one was like Fed Up or What the Health. It was one of those two.
What the Health? That was the biggest thing.
What the Hell? Yeah. Okay, and so I was like, man, like, we really need to change our eating habits. And like we mentioned before, I'm type 1 diabetic. So for me, it's already like, all right, life is definitely not gonna be as easy to be lived for me. And I'm just saying that because of health purposes, you know, like, especially with finances and just how our healthcare system here is horrible. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I really need to get my life together. So I had brought it to Brandon, like, yeah, why don't we, you know, stop eating meat?
This was my face.
Like, he was like,
you know, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I just made some banging crunch wraps.
And they They were the bomb. Though. I can't even like they were the bomb.
I mean, the Cruncher had all the meat in the world with all the cheese in the world.
It was ground turkey. Yeah,
ground turkey. But it was just like banging, And I'm like, what you mean start? Like, I'm good. Yeah. I am straight.
And then so I was just like, all right, whatever. Like I'm not, I ain't, because I'm not gonna force him on nothing. And I know that we both have to eat, so I'm just like, all right, whatever.
Right.
I moved down to Atlanta with Solomon because we went down there first because my job started in March, and then Brandon, what happened? He stayed up in Cincinnati
because I had to finish the lease out.
Yeah, finish the lease, and so
with me being up here, okay, so this is what prompted me, and I've kind of let go again, but I'm trying like in January I'm gonna get back on it. But I saw a picture. I was with my family, and I saw a picture of me sitting with my family, and I was like huge, and I was like, whoa. This has to change. Like, this is ridiculous. And so I just kind of did a cold turkey. And I had a friend that helped me during that time as well because she was vegan. And she was like helping. This is where you go to go get it. She introduced me to Trader Joe's and all that type of stuff. I didn't know what it was before. And so I started doing it. Like, I started buying stuff. And I called her one day. It was like, yo.
So when I come down there, that's what we doing. We ain't meat no more.
I ain't meat no more.
I was just like,
I didn't like take over like that. I was like, yo,
he don't be knowing what he be doing. He really, because that's how you gonna remember it. It was gentle. I was just like, yeah, I think we should really do this. That's not what he did. I don't care what he tried to put. He literally we FaceTime and he's like, so we ain't eating meat no more. I'm like, what? Yeah, I ain't been eating meat and I've been losing weight, so we ain't gonna do it no more.
And it was awesome.
And I'm just like.
But I was strict though. When I first started, I was like super strict, and we'll get into that as later on. But I was like super strict, so it was working, So I was like, "Yo, Tia."
But he also his thing isn't really meat. It wasn't really the meat. It's bread. Like carbs. Bread is always and carbs, it's just he eats the wrong carbs. Like not even because. And then he doesn't eat consistently every day. Yeah. Your body needs that fuel throughout the day, every day. And he'll eat like one big meal, and so that's kind of where the issue is.
And that's a perfect segue. From the Segway Masters.
Oh my God.
The reason why I'm so inconsistent sometimes with me and my eating is because how, first of all, it's hard. Throughout the day, eating multiple times a day is just hard to do. And then
especially with his job, too.
Especially with my job, when I'm moving all the time, and I really don't have time to kind of sit or eat. If I need to warm something up or make something, I can't do that like at the drop of a dime. And then also it's expensive, I think that's the one thing that kind of we're going through a transition with jobs and things right now, and we're kind of in between us being financially
in between blessings.
Yeah,
that's what
being financial, and so we should be be good by January, February, around that time. And so it's been expensive, buying these things that we want, vegan stuff is very expensive. So that has been my issue. And that's the reason why I kind of slipped back out and kind of lost myself a little bit. But it was definitely me changing over from meat, as I believe it still makes me feel better than where I used to feel when I used to eat meat. So
yeah, it's so interesting because he gets nauseous just by the smell of stuff.
Oh, it's bad now, yo. And it's starting to get crazy. I know one of the my eating habits is I love dairy.
Yeah, well, it is. Well, yeah, I guess I love it. Be ice cream, cheese, but it's so funny though. Whenever he eats, this Negro end up on the toilet.
But
every time.
Right. But at first it was just me being on the toilet, and I was like, okay, I'll take the heat.
Oh, okay.
But this last episode I had, I literally threw up.
Yeah,
and I was like really, really sick. So now, like the thought of cheese, or I'm starting to not like it. Like even in like Miracle, I used to eat Miracle Whip all the time. That has dairy in it. I'm starting to like really get nauseous and eating it. So it's changing for me. What about your habits? Like what has changed since what eating habits?
It just encouraged me to eat healthier because didn't really buy a lot of fruit or anything, and I love fruit. Like I have never been I don't want to eat this. Vegetables, when I was younger, of course, but like as an adult, I just love to indulge in those type of things. It's so expensive, and then when you want to get the right kind of fruit or vegetables, like getting them from the grocery store,
it's horrible.
Yeah, look, like it's bad.
I think one time we bought some what was those strawberries or something like that. And then you could tell they were just not right.
When they were like very red. Yeah. It was like, okay, what did they put on these things? It looked so bad. It wasn't natural.
And here in Dallas that we miss when we were in we miss about Atlanta is Atlanta had a lot of farmers markets.
Oh my gosh.
Farmers markets are like huge when it comes to just how we ate. You can easily go to farmers market, get a bunch of fruit
for like $15.
Yeah. And then right before we left, we found somewhere it was cheaper than that. So that has been our struggle. I guess the positive things out of all of this is, we talked about we have a kid, Solomon. So Solo, we wanted to make sure that we didn't put our all of a sudden veganism
on him
or vegetarian / veganism on him.
Yeah.
Because we didn't think that would be fair for him.
Yeah, especially because like literally his first meal, y'all, was stuffed shells with ground turkey and the sauce and everything. Like that was his first meal.
Yeah, I remember that too. Smash it too.
Smash it. I was so nervous. I was like, I don't know if he old enough. Then he went to the doctor the next day. She's like, oh yeah, it's okay. I'm like, thank God, because I know I already gave him.
But the good thing about it is, okay, so even though we're not putting, like, we're buying him like the chicken and buying him the meat, he won't eat it.
Yeah, not for us anyway.
Not for us.
I think he typically eats what people eat around him. So like if he's with my dad or something, like, and they eat chicken, he'll eat the chicken. Yeah. But when he's home with us, he eats what we give him. Yeah. But he's also like in that 2-year-old toddler, very picky.
Well, not eat us. He eats what we eat. Because if we give him the chicken, he won't eat the chicken while we're here. He'll eat, like, he'll want
but sometimes I stopped at Wendy's and I would give him chicken nuggets.
He eat them?
Mm-hmm. But he don't like Burger King chicken nuggets.
Okay.
And he don't like burgers.
He don't like burgers.
He don't like beef.
Which is a good thing. Like, it helps us because it's easier to raise him healthy, to eat healthy, because he likes to eat healthy. Yeah. Like, he comes home and says, Nana.
Literally.
He want a banana.
I'm trying to get him to say banana. He's Nana.
Or he'll want oranges,
or pear. Mommy, pear?
Which is great. I believe that we're starting off good. The one thing we're having trouble with, and you guys can help us with, if you have any ideas or any suggestions, he don't like anything green.
Nothing green. I don't.
Vegetables. We want to give him vegetables, but he just won't take them. So,
I don't.
But that's one of the. If you got any ideas or things, let us know. Hit us up because we could use it. So it's really been really easy to transition Solomon into eating healthy and eating what. And like I said, we're not forcing him to do it, but he just automatically just wants to eat healthy naturally, which is awesome and great. So this journey for all of us has been very awesome. But lately, it's been getting very informative. Like at first, when we first started, everything was just surface. We'll Google stuff, and it was, surface things to do as trying to be vegetarian or trying to be vegan. But now we're starting to watch things that are, giving us knowledge and and maybe wanting to be a little bit more strict in our diet.
Yay! You said it right. I'm so proud.
Want to be more strict in our diet.
Okay, so we have seen a few documentaries just about eating healthy and giving you tidbits just about the process of eating healthy and things like that. One of them is Fed Up. I believe that is on Amazon Prime.
Check that out, y'all.
And one of these, so I just have like a couple tidbits from like all of the movies that we've been watching and little articles that we've read. So for Fed Up, basically all calories are not created equal. So if you eat 100 calories of raisins and you eat 100 calories of an apple, those are going to fill you very differently, right? Like you're not going to get full off of the raisins, but you're like, oh, it's only 100 calories, but then you'll keep eating because you want to be full, rather than eating the apple, which is made of water, because, raisins are dried up grapes. There's no water in those. So your body can't, get full off of it and get the enough energy that it needs from it. And so that's just one of the things from Fed Up. And another thing is that sugar is more addicting than cocaine. Anybody I talk to, I'm like, sugar is way more addicting than cocaine, y'all. Did you know that? And they just look at me like, what? I'm like, yes, it really is.
So explain quickly. Can you kind of go over the study they did on rats?
Oh yeah. So with the sugar one, they gave some rats. Actually, no, they put all rats in a cage and they gave the little, water tubes that the rats drink out of. And it was like, okay, one of them had water and one of them had sugar water. The other one had cocaine. And I think it was out of like 47 rats that like 44 were more addicted to the sugar than they were the cocaine.
Wow.
I'm like,
that's crazy. See, that's
insane.
why I see. And she thought I was tripping when I was like, no high fructose corn syrup.
Y'all, I was so pissed when he did that. I'm just like, okay, I'm tired. I want my freaking high fructose. But I mean, I understand it. Like now it's so interesting. He bought some snacks that I'm like, this got way too much sugar in it.
And I have a fructose corn syrup too. And I kind of, like I said, I've been slacking and I just need to get back more discipline. But go ahead. I'm listening.
But at least he understands. And so another movie that we watched is called What the Health. That is on Netflix. And so me being a grant writer, right, I wanted to work at nonprofit organizations, like all of the big ones, right, like American Diabetes Association, specifically because I'm diabetic. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta be able to connect with that. It would be so awesome. Yeah. And the thing that actually really disappoints me with the big organizations is that with the big nonprofit organizations, I mean, especially the health ones, they get their funding and sponsorships from food organizations that literally cause those diseases. And
what diseases?
Like, so diabetes, it's diabetes, breast cancer organizations, American Cancer Association. Those are just examples, right? So like they tell you to not eat dairy or to not eat meat. Like literally, I'll tell you what I learned in a article that I read, but it was just like, you're not supposed to eat those things because it helps to cause these diseases in you. And those organizations get sponsorships from like the meat industry and the dairy industry. And it's like, how can you tell people, try to heal people from this, but your sponsorships come from the same companies that are causing it, that are providing the food that cause it?
And then it's so crazy because I think also in that episode I saw that was very crazy is that these organizations know the bad things that happens when you eat things, but they'll have like a PR person from their organization that'll come out and say, oh no, for instance, Sour Patch Kids aren't bad for you, is actually very vegan. You know, like they got all, and they'll create this narrative that, basically it's okay to eat this in quantities. It's okay, and not knowing that these big companies are funding all of these,
are getting funded the organizations and nonprofits. So that was probably my biggest thing from What the Health. I was just like, man, it actually crushed me more just for my sense of like moralism or morality, because I'm like, these is organizations that I would love to support, and it's like, but look at the process, like, are they really trying? In which, for most people, when you pay attention to just the society and everything, it's like they're literally funding. They want you to be unhealthy so that you can buy the medicine and go to the hospital and be in debt. Yeah, it's like a cycle.
I think I recognized this probably a few years ago, and I'm sitting there like, yo, it's a cycle.
Yeah,
starting from birth. You know, they want they
want you to feed your kids milk.
Yeah, they don't want you to do they say yes, breastfeed, but you know, easy. But let's give them Similac. You know, starting from Similac, and they're feeding all this stuff into our kids that's bad. And then as they're getting older, they see all these commercials about eating candy and
eating meat,
eating meat, and this whole time it's a brainwashing going on. Mm-hmm. You know, this whole time, because you know, media, it's like what's it called with the word overstimulation, and it's just it's crazy, and then as you get older, you know, you saying like for instance, I remember me and T was just talking about this. We'll tell somebody we're vegan, and I love my meat, you know.
Like it's a competition. It's like, I didn't ask you that. I'm just telling you, like, I just don't eat what you eat.
Right.
So, and it's especially like you got to. So for example, in my new workplace, if they have parties or whatever, I'm like, I don't eat what y'all eat. Yeah. So I mean, just try to accommodate me, you know, if you can, and if you can't, that's fine. I'm accustomed to that too.
But I don't blame them. I think majority of it is because of what they saw growing up.
Yeah,
you know, and as we getting older, we eating all this stuff, and now we're finding out how bad it is. Like, I didn't know what a gluten was until I got older. what the hell is a gluten? And at first I was like, we gluten. I thought it was just like some random stupid stuff. But then as we get, you know, watching these documentaries, it's like, yo, gluten is actually not that good for you. You know, so
the wheat.
Yeah. And that transitions into, like you said, it's a cycle. Now we're paying the pharmaceutical companies because we got this little problem in our stomach or in our heart, and then it's just a cycle, and it's all stupid, and I hate it. Okay. I get emotional and depressed.
Really did. This just went out of nowhere. I'm just sitting with y'all.
You just get emotional and depressed about it. So we're just kind of like, All right. The next documentary
was Game Changers. Game Changers was probably the best one for me, and I specifically because it's really, that movie is really more for men than it is for women, in my opinion. And that's just because they had a lot of men in that movie talking about, you know, athletes talking about, you know, this is why I eat this, you know, and they're like extremely healthy, and I'm just like, wow, look at these men. And I literally looked at my husband like, you need to get on it, bro. He just like, what is you talking about?
I thought you said you like big dudes.
I do. I don't discriminate. But no, let me shut up. But so Game Changers, they had a couple facts also.
It's on Netflix, by the way.
It is on Netflix. Yes, please. If anything, it just helps you to be more informed. Awesome. Because you can't unlearn something, right? And so it's just better for you. In Game Changers, we learned. So when I was younger in school, they used to say, yeah, our teeth is made to eat meat. You know, you can see how sharp they are. And even it was so funny because they actually had some dentures, and they were like, these are not sharp teeth. You could tell that these teeth are made specifically to process plants, not to eat meat. And
it makes sense because even when they've pulled back some of the old skeletons from the caveman from back in the day,
from the Romans,
we're talking about the caveman.
Oh, caveman.
Yeah,
okay.
When they brought the caveman, they were saying, oh yeah, because they went out and they had to go, hunt all these bears and tigers, you know what I'm saying, for food. Yeah. I'm like, I don't think they did a lot of that.
Right. Like, they ain't have time for that. They trying to stay alive like us.
Exactly. Especially during that time. So it makes sense. Like, we eat meat, but our teeth aren't made for meat. It's made mainly for plants.
Yeah. And then it also talks about how our body, and this is a side note, so our body isn't even made to process animal meat in the same way that it does plant protein. So like animal protein compared to plant protein, like our body is made to process that. And so they also had something else where it said eating a single hamburger increases inflammation by 70%. And inflammation is when your body gets swollen, and so like basically if you get hurt or something and it's just swollen, it probably stays swollen longer. And I don't think that people really process that. And for me, I used to get hurt a lot. Like I climbed trees, I did a whole bunch of stuff, and interestingly enough, I would heal okay, but I also was like I said, I was healthy. My grandmother would always give me green beans or apples or whatever, and I'm like, okay, Grandma, I'm eating it all. I was also a chubby child. So look, for men.
So, men, if you want a better sex life,
did he just for real?
Do you want to last longer? Do you want to be girth?
Girth? Please stop. Please stop.
Well, You need to eat plants.
Okay, I'm not even.
That
But
was my little mini commercial.
apparently, so they had a study, or that they did. It's not like they can't officially say it because it hasn't been on a lot of men, but they did it for college athletes. They gave them meat one night. They gave them a meat meal one night and then a plant-based meal the next night, and literally their libido was higher with the plant-based meal.
Yeah. And it stayed, and they stayed erected longer than the ones that ate meat.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
And then we were also, when we were talking about the Romans, how the Romans are the strongest men in the world, right, or in the history of the world of humans, and they dissected their bones and they can tell that they ate more vegetarian than anything.
And then even like crossing over into with the Bible, I mean the whole Daniel fast, that whole story was, basically Daniel was like, yo, so I got these dudes who, if we gonna eat what we want to eat, and the king was like, well, go ahead and you can eat meat and all this stuff. He's like, no, we're gonna eat these plants and fruits, and then how about you let your people eat what you want them to eat, and we gonna eat what we want to eat, and we'll see who comes out better. And of course, the people who ate fruits, vegetables, and everything like that were more energetic, and they were able to be stronger, in what they were doing back in the day. So yeah. And I hate the way the perception is that if you eat vegan or if you eat plants, you're weak. Like that also was in the documentary, and I was like, oh, that is so true. Yeah,
it is what you thought about, right? But then the strongest man in the world is vegan.
It's vegan, right? And so, but like. Back to media. They got all these media platforms, and when you see on TV, they're telling you better eat meat because you are a manly man if you eat meat. And it's just like, no, you're killing yourself.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
And then even I read a couple articles about how red meat is a group 1 carcinogen.
What is a carcinogen for the people who don't know what a carcinogen is?
So it's something that causes cancer. It's collateral cancer. Something with your colon.
Okay.
I can't remember the specific cancer, but that's the type of cancer that it really correlates to. And so, but they did say that they can't confirm or deny, like, if it's like more likely which one you would get cancer from, because it's a group 1 is the same as tobacco. So they can't say, you're more likely, if you eat meat, you're more likely to get cancer at the same pace if you smoke tobacco or whatever like that. But I think it just, for that, because with people with heart attacks and stuff, it just explains how if you just drop it, and this is just to decrease it, right? So like these things can still happen, but it's like, I want to take measures to decrease it. Like I want to see grandkids one day. Yeah. So. Yeah. And then I also, did we talk about this already, right? How vegan is looked at as negative.
You can go ahead and kind of.
Well, just to give you a spiel, just a quick little tidbit. So veganism, there was a study done in 2011 in the UK about like what people thought when they heard of vegan or just the word. 74.3% of the people said that it was a negative thing. So, and it's basically because, they feel like you're attacking them because you're going against their social norms, because everybody was made to eat meat. Like, we were all supposed to be eating meat. But then it's so funny because it's like people who eat meat are also people who love animals. And it's like, okay, but the meat that you're eating, right, they are animals. So it's like you can't, put cows in a different category as like dogs. They're literally the same thing. But then people get mad because Chinese people, or they try to say that Chinese people or Asian people eat dogs, but it's like, but you eating a cow. Yeah. So, you can't have it both ways. Either you care about them or you don't.
Yeah. And also I think was also interesting, I was watching the Will Smith, the Table Talk a little bit today, and they got their results back, and it was crazy. But the main thing that kind of shouted out to me was majority of human population is lactose intolerant.
Yeah, 85% of us.
That is insane. If that's not a indication where you should say, okay, maybe we should not be drinking, cow's milk,
right?
Because
for real,
that is really bad for you, because it's what milk it causes inflammation, mucus, all
Yeah,
that type of
it's
stuff.
disgusting. I don't do dairy. I can't. I'm like, no. But
And so that's so
I try
transitioning
not to get into
into how we eat now.
yeah.
Brandon is pescatarian, and so eats some dairy, but I believe my body is forcing me to kind of get rid of dairy completely. I'm still on fish. I haven't got a spirit didn't unction me to stop eating fish yet. But I am pescatarian. Tia is vegan. Not necessarily as extreme, but she don't eat dairy at all. She stopped eating fish just recently, so I believe that
it was about a month. We had salmon in the freezer for a while, and I was like, I ain't making it.
Touch it.
He was like, he pulled it out. I'm like, why you pull this out?
It's in there. Let's make it. We don't got no food.
Him and Solomon ate it, but that's why that's exactly why we don't want to limit him, because it's like Solomon loves my baked salmon. He'll smash it.
Really
so
good,
I'm like,
and of course Solomon is an omnivore.
Yeah, but he doesn't like beef or pork. He has burgers. Like if he look at a burger, it don't look right. He's like, no. And we've tried. So
And then so what we've noticed in us completely changing our lives when it comes to us eating, and I think we kind of hit this, and we're gonna hit it and quit it.
Hit it and quit it.
We both have a lot of energy now that we have stopped eating meat. We feel definitely a whole lot better. We don't feel as heavy as we felt when we ate meat, and I think for me also, like, I don't fear that I'm eating anything bad. Like, if I'm eating, I'm not thinking like, oh my God, this is bad for me. Like, I'm eating something that I know that will not kill me. And so that has helped me a lot. And being at Tia's at work all the time and at a desk, it gives her, she wants to move around because she has a lot more energy.
Yeah, I can't, it like bothers me to just sit, but then it's winter, right? So it's like, where am I going to walk to? I have nowhere to walk. Right. So I'm just sitting at my desk like, okay, I just, but.
So that's good. Yeah. Okay, so that brings us here. This is for all the people out there who want to change the way they eat, but don't know how to. And then, of course, you see the vegetarian police or the vegan police telling you what you should not and no, you shouldn't do that. You can't be that. So they created this saying, which I believe is dope, and it's called FlexItarian. Mm-hmm. What? You don't know what a FlexItarian is? I'll tell you.
Oh my gosh.
A FlexItarian, as in plant-based or vegan diet with small or occasional meat and animal products, is, I think, this is from the article, is the future of what needs to be now, along with reduction. Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, it's saying that a lot of vegans struggle with staying vegan, so the retention rate is horrible. And that's because they want to just sometimes eat something, maybe a burger one day, or
and the vegan police. Well, then you not vegan.
Woo!
How you gonna tell me I'm not vegan?
That's my sound of the vegan police.
Obviously.
Like and it's crazy because I think we identify with this a lot, well, especially me, because one of the things is we love eggs.
Yeah. Well, he's starting to not like them.
Now I'm starting to. My body is weird, but for sake of conversation now, we love eggs. We love honey.
Solomon is not gonna stop eating eggs. He literally helps me flip the eggs.
We love honey.
In my tea.
Yeah, so it's like certain things that we feel like,
and those are like the only two, y'all.
Yeah, those is like the only two for us. But still, we like those things.
Yeah,
and that doesn't mean, and because we hate it when people we'll tell people like, yo, we used to say, yeah, we're vegan or vegetarian, but we do eat fish. Well, you're pescatarian then. And
it gets so mad.
It's like, yo, like, why do you keep trying to put me in? You trying to just continue to expand these groups out. Okay, I'm pescatarian, but we eat everything that a vegetarian eat, and like I said, we're on our way to veganism. We just like fish every now and then, or we like
on his way to veganism.
Or, sometimes want to eat eggs, sometimes want to eat honey. So this is for y'all. This is for you guys, just to let you know that there is a option out there. You know, you don't have to be vegan. You don't got to be vegetarian. You can be flexitarian. And all flexitarian just means basically you eat great. You eat certain things in small quantities. So you don't eat as much. You reduce a lot of the bad things. And then as you get, as you continue and continue being a flexitarian, and maybe you eventually will be vegan and maybe eventually be vegetarian completely. So that's just encouragement for you guys. Like, don't look at it as, well, I can't, she see that? Can't even have her phone. Don't look at it as an opportunity to not be something because, you're not eating certain things. So you just, you'll get down on yourself and then you'll slip back into something, that slip back into eating bad. This is just encouragement. Like,
and take it one day at a time. In my group, I'm in a group where it's helping me to eat better. And actually my husband was in it also, but it was something that the group coach posted today, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I gotta share this because it was such a good thing. Let me see, where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. As you're going about your daily life, give yourself grace in knowing that each choice is separate from the last.
Yeah.
I thought it was so good, especially when it comes to like losing weight and trying to eat healthy. It's like, okay, you made that decision, but it's okay. Just make, it's okay to have bad choices of eating. Donuts are not good. I will eat a donut.
They're delicious
every day. He don't eat donuts. How you gonna say that? You don't eat donuts.
No. What kind of donut do I eat?
Krispy Kreme.
No. What? I don't eat Krispy Kreme donuts. What kind of Krispy Kreme donuts do I eat?
You know what? Anyway.
No. You need to tell the people.
It's tell the people.
I only eat Krispy Kreme donuts if we're going to the Krispy Kreme restaurant.
Hot side.
And the hot and ready side is ready.
But it's okay to just have, and that's not necessarily a slip or anything. It's just like, okay, you're here, but you just keep taking your steps. It's all right.
Take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Relax. Don't become one of the vegan police.
And don't let them affect you.
Like, this is your body.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we keep our temple clean, and a lot of this is from like how we were raised. How our parents fed us, or what we saw on TV and what was at the grocery store. And so it's okay, because changing a habit takes a while. It takes 60 days to change a habit. So you can do it. And we're here to help. We have a lot of resources and also recipes. I have a friend who's starting a vegan journey, and he's having trouble with recipes. We have recipes. Like, we have really, and some good ones too. Like, Tia made some, I know it's going, like, the word vegan, people hate to hear the word, but some vegan meatloaf, it was bomb.
It really was.
Tia made some vegan chocolate cake. It was bomb.
Oh yeah, my friend was actually becoming more plant based. She's gonna make it for Christmas because she was like, "What was that recipe?"
Yeah, and the recipes aren't difficult. Like, like, people think it's just so hard and you only can eat plants. I hate that mentality when it comes to veganism or trying to eat, like eat vegetarian or vegan. It's real easy. And you're not just eating plants; you're eating some really good, tasty stuff. Like, and we'll put some of the things that we I think we'll put some in the description. Some of the cheeses that we eat, or not the cheese, like the
ingredients or recipes
for certain stuff. And then instead of eating cheese, we eat a different type. So we'll put it in the description below.
Yeah. So I'm going to end on this quote, then we're going to close. Jack Norris, he's the vegan outreach president. He said that people say, I'd go vegan, but I can't give up cheese. He said, then go vegan except for cheese. I'm like, if the vegan outreach president is trying to encourage everybody else, y'all vegan police need to chill out though.
Yeah. and also practice makes perfect.
Yeah, just baby steps every day.
Baby step yourself, and don't disqualify yourself.
Yeah.
Immediately. So, thank you guys for coming in and hearing this, we think that this is probably one of our. I think we really enjoyed this episode a lot because this is an opportunity to help you guys and to share some of the things that we do in our lives. And like I said, we'll have the recipes in the description below for anyone who's interested. So we see you,
we hear you,
and we thank you. Oh no! Whoa, we tripping. Lady.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we cut that out, I guess. Alrighty.
So.
Oh, my song.
Yeah, what you mean? You didn't hear it play?
My goodness. Anyway.
And so the song that I've been listening to, and it has been on repeat is by Elevation Worship. And the song is called, I'm horrible with the name of songs. I just listen to it and be like, oh, I really like that song. The song is called Never Lost. And when I tell you, I've been like on repeat in my life. I've been on repeat.
I still haven't.
The song has been on repeat in my life. It's an awesome song. If you want worship, if you want just the feel of, CCM and gospel in one song. CCM is contemporary Christian music. If you want that in gospel in one song, this is the song for you. It's awesome. Elevation Worship. So iTunes right now.
He literally advertised. Look. So I guess I'm advertising to Eshon Burgundy. Eshon Burgundy. I love this man. I love him. And he is actually a Christian rap artist. How I even found him was because of Belief Mail. So, Glenn, we watch him and his wife's, How Married Are You? Mm-hmm. And that's their podcast. And I was like, oh, Glenn seems like he cool. Okay, so I'm gonna follow him. And he popped up in my Twitter as like Glenn follows or Belief Mail follows. And I was like, who is this? And I saw that he had an album. I was like, oh, let me go listen to it. I listened to the whole thing at least 5 times the first day. I was like, okay, but it's a one song on there that he has. I think it's his it's the same title as his album. His album is called For the Love of Money, and he has a song on there called For the Love of Money. For the love of... I'm sorry, it's not that, but it is such a good song.
So the song is called
For the Love of Money.
Okay, and that's also available on iTunes.
It is. That's Apple Music,
Google Play, and
all of them. I'm like, this man. All right, Lord.
Yeah. So.
And he's been doing it for a while, so that's what I like about it. Like early 2010s.
Yeah. So if you got any songs like underground people, that you want us to shout out, let us know.
If you're good, we gonna
shout you out. It is what it is. If you're not, we ain't gonna shout you out. Okay, Tia, tell them where they can follow us and listen to us at, please.
Okay, so we are on Facebook at The Heart Talk Podcast. We are on Instagram at The Heart Talk Podcast. We are on Twitter at The Heart Talkers. We are on YouTube at The Heart Talk Podcast.
Yes.
Actually, on YouTube, it'll pull up The Heart Talk, but if you type in The Heart Talk Podcast, it just pulls it up quicker. Yeah, because, The Heart Talk is... people put that in there all the time. Mm-hmm. Our email is thehearttalkpodcast@gmail.com. If you have any ideas or things that you want us to talk about, like you said, any music you wanted us to promote, just hit us up on one of those social media platforms. We're going to give it a listen. If we like it, we'll shout you out like we just said. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Deezer, Spotify, and Stitcher at The Heart Talk. And not at, but it's just The Heart Talk.
And if you want to invest in us or just, send a love offering our way.
Or even some love notes. Like, we would love that. We would love it. We would read it. We don't have to say your name, but we would just take it and enjoy it. We've been getting a lot of feedback, too, from some of y'all that have been listening. We take that, too, because it's like, okay, we got to figure out how to make it better.
Yeah. If you want to send us some love offerings of money.
There you go. Anyway.
Our Cash App is BD.
So.
Well, for real. People like to invest in stuff in people. I mean, so.
Okay.
So if you want to invest in us, our Cash App handle is the cash sign BDAN08. So if you want to, help us or help us, because.
Yeah. And let us know what we need to invest in, because if you just send it, we just go be like, all right.
All right. Yeah. So if you want us to say, I want y'all to do this, we would do that. And we
Yeah.
appreciate you. So again, it seems like deja vu, but it ain't. We see you.
We hear you.
And we thank you.
And until the next Heart Talk podcast. Bye.